Welcome, Virgo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot. Happy to have you here for a general reading. This is a general reading, so it's not going to be resonant for all of you. However, if you're interested in a personal reading, uh, there is information in the description box below that will give you the information you need about my offerings. I offer those humbly. I enjoy doing them, and I thank you to those of you who have experienced my readings and have been so uh, welcoming, grateful, appreciative to me. I love that energy. That is so fueling to me. Your beautiful comments, and you know who you are. Thank you for those. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Mercury retrograde, which is happening throughout the rest of August. But let's get started. I'm grateful to be here and I appreciate your presence here. So, the Four of Cups is describing your overall energy, Virgo. There's a practice that you have been gaining. You have been moving forward in aligning yourself best with those things that support you, those things that recognize and appreciate you, those things that simply feel good to you. And this represents a new social and cultural foundation. I'm not saying that you haven't done these things before, but this emotional basis from which to evaluate your experiences is a sea change for you. You're really validating your own experiences and using your emotions, which you often keep well in check, to uh, allow that to dictate what is best for you, what choices to make. However, things are stable, and there may be opportunities that you are rejecting because they once were constituted perhaps a wish fulfillment and they no longer match who you are now. The beautiful thing about this perhaps rejected offer, declined offer, is that you also know you can manifest what it is that is a match for you now. This kind of restlessness, particularly when you are dissatisfied with what is being offered to you, something particularly you once thought would have been swell, is no longer something that resonates quite with what you understand to be your fullest potential. You're capable of so much more. You're capable of having the love that you are deserving and worthy of. In the present, we have the Five of Swords. This is a challenge to your sense of uh, being confirmed in your beliefs and your ideas. You may be being challenged in some particular environment, particularly those of you that work in an idea that is uh, organized around ideas, structure, information, academics, those who deal in communication, in presentation, in sales. You are have often been passed over, perhaps, and in this way, you realize that your ideas are more than worthy of support. And in asking for support and not receiving it from the expected places, you're confident that you can get the support elsewhere. You are not allowing yourself to internalize whatever rejection you're experiencing as uh, informing you that you are not worthy. You have really allowed yourself to push past this, to dispel your doubts, and to find a place where you can be supported, where you can interact, where you can get the assistance needed to move forward with a change in the entire paradigm of your intellectual, academic, or even marketing presence. For those of you that work in publishing or disseminating information, you are stepping out into an experimental environment. And this is requiring you to build your courage to step into the desire for something more. In the past, we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is describing a set of experiences you've already allowed yourself to receive. This is the universe really recognizing some very positive karma that you've built up as a result of your long-term achievement. You've built something, you've worked tirelessly towards that, and you have supported others as an integral part of that experience, not expecting any reward. This feels as though it relates to your clients, your student body, those who you assist or instruct or lead, advise as part of your professional practice. But the universe is saying, okay, now we're giving you this opportunity to establish something, this new paradigm, this new set of ideas that you can truly build upon. Despite your already accomplishments, and this is a message that keeps coming up for Virgo, you've already achieved a lot in your chosen field, but there is so much more for you now that you've accepted your originality, your deservedness of love, recognition, to unleash your creative potential and fuse that with this new project you're willing to roll up your sleeves and build. In the future, we have the Empress. This is really confirming this opening up to your creative gifts. For many earth signs, creativity is about productivity. Although in the case of some of the Virgos I'm speaking to, your productivity is tied to something creative, something that relates to the production of creative products, art, writing, publishing, but in the future, you have come to a place of accepting who you are as a whole person. You're not simply able to generate new ideas and generate abundance as a result of that, but because you're able to work in the natural flow and rhythm of your clients, your students, your audiences, you're able to maximize the harvest, the abundance at the end, the prosperity that's available. But it is the process itself that you now enjoy as owning your own creativity, your own powerful, intuitive imagination that is creating this much greater, much larger opportunity for success than you may have imagined in the past. You're fusing some aspect of yourself that you believed you had to put aside in order to do this work. I'm going to, I'm hoping that this reading is resonating for you, Virgo, and I am hoping that you will like this video, share this with others, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is so appreciated. And I pulled the Peace card for you. I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. This is showing me that you have experienced a lot of negativity, a lot of perhaps resistance, perhaps in your field for sure, um, perhaps some undue criticism, some dismissal, being overlooked, even being rejected. But I also sense this in your personal life. You have been held responsible for the reality of others, for whom you ultimately have taken the responsibility as caretaker for. Understanding that you are can take credit for the structures, the resources you provide others is a greater source of pride for you now, even if it hasn't always netted what you expected, what you gave was perhaps not reflected to you, or perhaps there's been a reticence to give to an experience that you did not feel was authentic for you. but you understood your duty and you did it anyway. This peace that you're receiving is a validation of your experience and an acceptance of your expression of love, no matter how imperfect you see that as. And from the flora and fauna of Africa, I pulled the butterfly, and of course, the key word is transformation. Change is necessary for growth. With every transformation, you're evolving into your best self. Allow yourself to flow and grow freely. And in your presence, the Five of Swords is clarified by the Four of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Whoa. Hey, achievement is everything for you right now, Virgo. You may be at a point in your life where you have concretely achieved something, but the nature of this opportunity is different. You are quite possibly merging into a very productive partnership. This is you as a whole person with another whole person. In other words, you're not being joined together through some need. You're being joined together through a deep connection and resonance around the goals that you share together and the ability to support each other in a shared goal or separate goals. It doesn't matter. You're in a position of celebrating your growth, stepping through a portal of a limitless opportunity as you build, whether you're getting married, whether you're single or not, in a community, this platform, this cultural foundation for growth and the celebration of that growth. This is really acknowledging that you are always growing, that you support the growth of others, and that you create access to that in every way possible. This can be unique to your family, unique to your profession. The Nine of Wands shows your incredible persistence. You have stuck with an endeavor through a lot of difficult challenges. You have worked at something consistently. You have not abandoned your mission. You are in some ways a bit of a wounded warrior, but you are more determined than ever. This can relate to a relationship or a partnership. That this feels very partnership oriented, but you've been working towards this sense of the deservedness of the love that you give to others for a while. This feels as though something you're building concretely in the world is being motivated, inspired, prodded, with a sense of determination and not giving up. And I might add, there is a fair amount of resistance to what you want to do. This is about the change of your paradigm, your curriculum, your offerings, your wisdom, the structure on which you are grounding your accomplishments. In many cases, for you, it is academic or intellectual accomplishments, messages, presentations, information that you're putting out into the world. In the past, the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Chariot card and by the Wheel of Fortune again. So this is describing, I think this is talking about this way in which you are kind of busting through a wall. And I recently heard the Democratic nominee for presidency in the U.S. talk about breaking barriers and how when that happens, there is a personal cost. And nevertheless, you are charging full scale ahead towards building up this now much greater vision of success, of building something worthwhile, long lasting, a resource to others, something of value, something that is prosperous and successful, that puts you at another level or stage in your perhaps professional experience, but also in your personal relationships. The Chariot card is about you not concerning yourself or being distracted by the needs of others. And this can be part of the ability to celebrate your growth because those like minded connections that are integrated into your life, those partnerships, recognize your right to do so. You are moving forward on the path of your purpose, and you are not allowing yourself to be pulled in either direction off your path. And this is requiring a lot of energy, force of will, uh, ability to accept and celebrate your unique qualities and characteristics, particularly for those of you that have felt marginal, somewhat outside, somewhat different, not greatly belonging to the main paradigm of your profession, your family, a set of beliefs that marks you as an original. You're now embracing that. You understand that you have to be the way you are to contribute and participate in the way that you are intended to. In the future, the Empress card is clarified by the Nine of Coins and the Three of Wands. Yes, ultimately, you can stand on your own 2 feet. You are a force of nature on your own. The Nine of Pentacles is confirming that you have learned how to cultivate your garden, how to own your independence, how to value that independence, that ability to cultivate your own talents, your own resources and gifts so that you enjoy who you are. You enjoy your space of productivity and you cultivate that. You understand that you have learned how to invest in yourself or in others that are similarly minded, that share your goals, so that you are constantly producing in a way that gives you pride, that clarifies that you know what is best for you, that aligns you with principles that are improving the world, that are contributing to a more prosperous, abundant life. And the Three of Wands is very much about this new level of productivity, accomplishment, achievement, this new project or enterprise that you're putting together. The Three of Wands is a slightly different version of the idea that you're taking resources, connections, ideas, and you are eliciting support and feedback from others around a plan or a proposal. That there is a certain amount of waiting that may be inherent in climbing this ladder, that you have to wait for results, you have to wait for the feedback of others or their buy-in in some way. But this is the foundation of a collaboration. Powerful reading. I'm going to finish up this reading for you, Virgo, with a yogic path oracle, hoping that you are enjoying gaining some insight from this reading. And I pulled Tantra. And Tantra describes the balance of masculine and feminine. You are expanding into liberation, moving past the dualistic mind that judges everything as right or wrong. You are headed to the greater truth that comes from integration. The structured masculine and flowing feminine within you are merging, allowing you to move toward infinite consciousness. The mature masculine within you creates presence, focus, stillness, and determination. The mature feminine within you results in creativity, flow, movement, sensuality, and nurturing. Both genders require a balance of these two energies. Continue to invite in all aspects of yourself, your light, your shadow, your Shiva, your Shakti. your cognition, your intuition. Thank you so much, Virgo, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.